You can tell by my battery selection here on the wall, my battery storage on the wall, that I'm not married to one particular tool type. You can see all the power tools I've got here. I've got a little bit of everything on here, all of the major brands. I just like tools, and I like buying different tools to see what's different about them. So it's not a big deal to me to have so many different batteries. I'm in the shop area. Very seldom do I go off-site. If so, I've got a pack that I bring, mainly a Ridgid pack. But all these batteries will charge in the charging station here. And I've got all the chargers that are on that wall are charged right here in this charging station. Hello, welcome to Steve's Wood Shop. Today I'd like to talk to you about these 4 trim routers. I've used all 4 of them pretty extensively. I've used a couple more than the others just because I like it better. I like the feel, I like the adjustment a little bit better. So let's get into it, and we'll talk about it one by one, features and benefits of both, and what I like and dislike about all of them. First up is the Ridgid 86044 model. It is brushless. I currently have been using it with the 3 amp hour high octane battery. It's got the 21700 sales, and I think I've looked at torque test channel, and they say it's comparable to a 5 or 6 amp hour battery as far as power is concerned. It is a little bit underpowered. I have been routing recently. I routed a dado groove and a board. It was 3/4 inches wide by 1/2 inch deep. Cut out on me a couple of times. The battery, it's got one light on the bottom. The battery or the light would start flashing, which tells you have to turn it off, turn it back on to reset it. That's the only. I love the smallness of the handle of the barrel here. Your hand fits around it really good. It's got a nice base with a half round and a square end on it. I like that type. This comes with a dust chute, an edge guide, and a wrench to change the blade or the bit. This battery turned around this router. It's a 4 amp hour max power EXP. It's got the tabless cells. Still have 21700 cells, but they're tabless, which delivers a lot more energy. Energy flows in, and it charges a lot quicker from energy coming into it or energy flowing out. This battery upped the game on this router. I did the same exact dado on the 3/4 inch plywood, and it was just smooth. I never did slow down, never cut out. It changed this for me entirely. One thing there are better options for me as far as changing or setting the depth on it. Let me take this battery off and we'll talk about it. I have had some issues with this one changing the depth setting as you're routing, which is not good. What you have to do is you take this, you loosen this latch, and there's a little nut screw in here. You tighten it, and it will tighten everything up. So to change the depth setting, you undo the latch. Here is a little micro adjustment. You can turn it. You can see it going up and down, which is very helpful. I mean, it's okay for setting the depth. I do like the spiral depth settings better, but this one's okay. Overall, it's a good router for the money. It's I think $179 list price, tool only for this, and you can find them on sale. Home Depot puts them on sale all the time. So good router. I have also used it with the 8 amp hour, but I tell you, it's so top heavy, and from what I understand, this 4 amp hour delivers the same amount of power as the 8 amp hour because of the tabless cells. So check out the Ridgid 860444. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All of these routers are good. They have their drawbacks, but this is a solid performer for a very good price. Next up is the Flex 24 volt model. Model number is FX4221. This particular model sells for $199, but as of the date of this filming, Lowe's had them on sale for $129. So it's very good. That's a steal for this router. This router has the power that you would not believe. I'll show you some B-roll footage of me cutting a 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch, pushing it as hard as I can and never slowed down. And that was with the 5 amp hour battery. The battery I like running on it is the Flex 3.5, 3.5 amp hour. And that's a stacked lithium battery. You put that on here, this thing is indestructible. I mean, it will not slow down. The difference with this battery and the Ridgid, it does come with 2 lights. Very good sight line. It comes with the dust chute. Comes with a wrench, 2 wrenches actually. It also comes with one of the best edge guides out of all 4 of these. This is a very solid edge guide, which I marked on here Flex, just so I'll know it went with this one. But this thing is indestructible. I mean, it is obviously the best out of the group. The thing I do like about this, there's a couple of features that I like about it that the other routers just do not have. The main one in my book is how you adjust it. Of course, on all of these, you're going to have to take off this dust chute to get to the change the bit. There is a small tab here on the side. If you pull this up, if you push it down, it will lock that spindle where you don't need the 2 wrenches. All you need is 1 wrench to change it. When you're through, you just simply pull it back up, and that's how easy it is to change. I have a couple of times left this thing down, and when you do that, let's do that, and I'll show you exactly how it tells you that the chute's on. It just starts blinking a light. So it will not damage the router if you actually leave it in the lock mode. But always remember to, when you get through, just pull this back up and you're good to go. Another thing I like is setting the depth. I like these routers that have this ring. This one and the Dewalt have the same type of design. It's very easy to set this. Now what I use is I have some setup blocks that I use that have a little notch in the middle. I just set it on top, and I can raise this with the bit in it exactly where I need. And I'll show you that on the Dewalt when I get to that one, how I do the setup on that one. This is a very good router, plenty of power. That 3.5 amp hour stacked lithium is just awesome with it. Same thing here, loosened up, you have to tighten this down. I would suggest any of these routers you get, you make sure it's good and tight. I mean, you can feel the click and how hard it is to do that. If you do that, you won't have a problem. This particular router has a max RPMs of 31,000. The Ridgid, by the way, did not disclose what their max RPMs were. I could not find it. But this one's 31,000, which is one of the tops in the field. And this is a solid performer. And for on sale, $129, this is one of the best deals you're going to find in a trim router. Highly recommend it. Next up is the Dewalt DCW600. This router maxes out at 25,000 RPMs. I use it if it's not doing very deep mortises, or sorry, deep dados. If I'm not doing deep dados, I'll use this 1.7 stack lithium battery. Or if I'm making small passes, making 2 or 3 passes, I'll do that. If not, if I want to get it done quickly, I will put on the 5 amp hour power stack battery, and this thing turns into a beast. The only issue with this router that I have is the accessories it comes with. It does not come with this dust chute. I had to buy this separate. I think it was around $22. I bought it off of Amazon. Fits perfectly. It's a little weird how it comes up the top, but does not come with a dust chute, does not come with an edge guide. Only thing it comes with is a wrench. So be prepared to spend a little bit more money to set it up for dust collection. And if you want to do any, you probably have to use a straight edge or something like that for it. This router adjusts just like the Flex does. With the spiral, you just open the latch and you have that spiral adjustment again. I just love this. It's very easy, very fast to adjust. I usually use setup blocks. Like if I have this as a 1/2 inch, I will put this up here and I can go down until the bit touches the bottom there. Make sure it's set right. These are Epele. I don't know, some off-brand I bought from Amazon, but these setup blocks are awesome. You don't need to buy the expensive ones. These are perfect. But I use the setup blocks every time I set up a router. Like I said, the main thing with this router, the accessories. It does not come with any of the accessories that you'll need for dust collecting, edge guide, nothing. This is a favorite with a lot of people. It is one of my favorites. I like the Flex, and I like this pretty much equally. The Flex, I think, has more power. I don't know if it's due because of the 3.5 amp, 3.5 stacked lithium, but with the 5 amp hour stacked lithium on this one, pretty much equals the power. So that's the Dewalt. The handle on it, the barrel on it is a little bit bigger. In fact, I think this is the largest one out of all of them. It's a little bit, it's not as comfortable in the hand as the Ridgid or the Milwaukee or even the Flex. It's just a tiny bit smaller. But you know, I mean, it's something like it's not a big deal to me because I can adjust to the feel of the router as I'm using it. So, but that's the Dewalt DCW600. Solid choice.
Milwaukee introduces the M18 Fuel Compact Router, delivering full corded performance with fast, accurate depth adjustments and the runtime to complete 250 feet of 3/8 inch roundover cuts on a single charge. The new M18 Fuel Compact Router comes equipped with a Power State brushless motor and RedLink Plus intelligence. When paired with the Red Lithium M18 XC 5.0 battery pack, the router is able to generate 1.25 horsepower.
Last on our lineup today is a Milwaukee 2723. This is the same type of barrel as the Ridgid has. Very comfortable to hold. I grab this one more often than not when I am doing some small routing jobs with a trim router. Usually run it with the CP 3.0. It has the 21700 cells, very powerful. I love that battery. And if I need to step it up, I will put on the 6 amp hour Forge stacked lithium battery. With this one, just like the rest of them, when you up the battery, the power increases. So that's a solid choice. What I do like about this one is it does come with the dust chute, it comes with an edge guide, it comes with the wrench, it comes with everything you need to get started. The edge guide is a little bit different. It sets up here on the back. It just slides over this little groove here. Very easy and very easy to adjust it. Solid router. On this one, it's a little bit different. You cannot undo the latch there's a button on the side you press, and that lets the latch come open. There's a micro adjustment here, just like the Ridgid, and you can dial it in very precisely, which is not bad. I mean, I like the spiral better, but I mean, it would take another second or two to do it with this. So this is a very solid choice. There's a lot of people out there that are Milwaukee trim router fans, and I'm one of them. I think you'll be happy with really all four of these. This Milwaukee is definitely a solid choice. This Milwaukee retails for $199, worth every penny as far as I'm concerned. Although I do feel like my favorite out of all four has got to be the Flex. Just the power, the edge guide, the battery choices you have, which the Milwaukee's still got good battery choices also, but this thing is just, I don't know if it's 24-volt power or a 24-volt battery system, but it delivers the power that these other ones I don't think can match if you put the right battery on it. Like I said, I'm going to show you a little bit about, I guess you saw me cutting that 3/4 inch groove that's a 1/2 inch deep as fast as I could, never slow down a bit. So my overall choice is the Flex. And then after that, it would probably have to be the Milwaukee. I like the Milwaukee, even though it's a little bit different adjustment. Milwaukee's a solid choice too. So that's it. And happy routering.